Welcome to Look Around the Confederation. I'm your host, Vivian the Moose, and before we get started, please remember, the views and opinions expressed in this broadcast are not necessarily the views and opinions of the SCV, its GEC, nor divisions, brigade, camps, or any other subsidiaries, strictly those expressing them. How is everybody doing in Dixieland tonight? We have a great show for you planned where we are gearing up for interviews, of course. That will start next week. I need some people to answer my texts. If you're watching, I'm going to call you out. No, I'm not that mean. Nathan, are you okay? Okay, I think I woke my dog up. I think he was sleeping. But we'll be getting into that shortly. But we got some news for you. And, of course, again, just a cool, nice, relaxing episode of Look Around the Confederation. Hopefully, if you're watching, there is a ice storm coming. So I might actually, I'm glad you said that. How many people, real quick, Chuck, past Commander-in-Chief, the Lone Ranger. What day is the snowstorm getting bad for everybody? We got Florida with the Florida man in the chat. So, Sean, this is also a question for you. Chuck, are you guys getting bad weather in Kentucky? I don't know. But if you are from a different state, please tell me when the bad weather is going to hit you. And tell me if you want an extra episode of SCV Chat, a rerun, perhaps. I actually know the rerun I will pick. Todd, you tell me too. Todd Owens in the chat, past historian-in-chief. Everybody tell me if they would like a rerun Friday, Saturday. Not Friday, because Friday Night Live. Okay, y'all's is coming tomorrow. Is David Pope in the chat? Because if so, if everybody's going to be kind of wrapped up tomorrow, if he's not doing an episode, we might do a rerun, and I'll try my best to be in the chat. So they say. Oh gosh. But let me say hi to everybody while I'm waiting on y'all's comments to come in. Wes, good to see y'all. Jack, good to see you. From Kentucky. It's Moose Mania time. What you gonna do, brother? Someone asked me about that, and I honestly don't realize that I do call everybody brother like I am Hogan. I don't know if that was subconsciously in the back of my mind. I never thought to myself I'm going to start calling people brother because of Hogan. It's really just it became part of my vocabulary in high school because I look at my very close friends as an extended part of my family. That's something my dad instilled in me. Some of his friends that he made throughout his life, I've always called them my uncle, my aunts, and so the same will be for my friends. They will be Uncle so and so to my kid. If you become very close friends with me, I do view you as family. So brother kind of became a close thing, and I don't know when, but me and someone were talking about Moose Mania and a T-shirt, and I was telling them, "No, we're not going to do a new T-shirt. Those things do not sell worth a crap." I thank everybody that bought them. You were the only reason I could say that they did turn a profit, but they didn't sell too well. And he was like, you say brother a lot, and I was like, I don't realize it's part of my vocabulary. I call people family, or brother a lot. I even call some of my friends, my female friends, I'll be like brother. Everybody's brother. Yeah, everybody's getting brothered around me. So yeah, no, it's a fun fact for y'all. Loy from Arkansas, from Camp 648. Good to see you. Kim from the Kirby Smith Camp 1209. Good to see you. Camp 2150 in the chat. Johnny in the chat from Camp 632. Okay, let's see the new comments. I need to scroll down. Let's see here. Let's see. So yeah, Kentucky will have some. Yeah. I am actually speaking at a Lee Jackson Saturday, so I'm going to be braving the. Now down in southern Mississippi, we don't have winter. We don't have snow. We have a crap ton of rain and very cold for us weather. So my phone was supposed to be on silent. My phone is now on silent. So it is now on silent. I was in a committee meeting before we started. I was actually listening. I listened to videos while I was working, so I almost accidentally went live a bit late because I was caught up in the meeting and the video. Warmy weather in North Florida. Brian, good to see you. Jack, email your news to scyouthoutreach@gmail.com and you'll be featured on the upcoming episode of Look Around the Confederation. Please note, this is not just SCV news, it's just Southern Heritage news. I see that our lovely ladies from Charlotte they are going to give me so much for that. From Charlottetown, South Carolina, museum at Market Hall. It's always good to see y'all in the chat. Loved y'all visiting. We also have a video of Market Hall on our YouTube from when we visited. I do encourage everybody to watch it, share it out. Let's give them some good business. I actually been meaning to go to y'all's store to buy me some stuff for my birthday, and I keep forgetting. Yes, he did leave about 6 billion brothers behind. My hope is SCV chat gets that big, and I can say that one day. Jason, good to see you. David, that's great. Glad you're here. I need to know, are y'all doing anything tomorrow for your show? Because if not, we were going to do a rerun tomorrow. But if you are, don't worry, I'll just move it to Saturday. We are brothers. Yes, we are, Jack. Jason, no. I've been dealing with work. I've been trying to catch up, and just haven't had a chance to get to the post office. The books are actually right here in my office for first through third. I will be trying my best to mail them tomorrow, but I'll share more about this when it happens. But I'm starting a new business for myself. That will hopefully launch a good career path for me. As well as managing my other businesses, my farm. Of course, for those who don't know, SCV Chat is owned by a business, so I'm also managing that business. So it gets hectic at times, and of course, I have been on the road a crap ton between family vacation trips, hunting trips, and SCV trips, and then trying to catch up on work. So it has been very busy days. Hence why we still haven't even started our show yet. But I will be getting that to y'all soon. I do apologize for the tardiness. I think I still have that in here, David. If I don't, please send me another email. But y'all's Lee Jackson should still be in here. Derek, good to see you. Okay, David. So there will be a live Friday Night Live in the Friends of Douglas Southall Freeman group, 8 p.m. for our Central Time people. So, with that being said, we will be doing our live stream Saturday. So, if you're in this storm and you just really need something to get the time passed, why don't you come over to the SCV chat pages? We will be hopefully having a good time. Now, this one's been redone a lot, but I've been seeing, and this is just quite an honor for me, I've been seeing my SCV First logo pop up a lot recently. And I want to share again what that means. So I will be doing a rerun of that program. So I've seen it in the Tennessee division. I think I've seen it as far as the Army of Northern Virginia. But share that out. I wish I could remember everywhere I've seen it, but I would love for everybody to kind of know the meaning behind that, why I came up with that. There's a place. No, I'm not that cool. And why I ran on that. That's actually what I ran on to be elected 5th Brigade councilman. Still running on that. It's a very important thing to me. It's about coming together as a brotherhood, as a sisterhood, as sons and daughters of the Southland. It's a very important saying to me. So I've been seeing it pop around. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing our rerun on. So SCV First. So hopefully y'all all enjoy that. It will be live at 7 p.m. So hopefully you, as I said, you just enjoy it, share it out, let me know what you think, and hopefully it all goes well. Let's see here. I'm trying to do too much, and I end up doing that a lot. People text me during the show. Let's see here. I know I saw it in the Tennessee division. Yeah, there it is. Rich Garcia, one of my good friends. I like to think, Rich might not think we're good friends. I like to say we're good friends, but I'm not going to put words in his mouth. But I had to mess with you. But he posted that, and so that's kind of why this is making a comeback again for the 100th time, it feels like. Hopefully y'all aren't too sick of it yet. But That won't work. No, don't do that. So we'll see. That's loading. It's not working. Thank you, Wes. As I said, it's something that is very important to me. So I hope that everybody enjoys seeing it again. As I said, it's just been making the rounds again. That was unexpected, really unexpected. When I've been doing that program for about 2 years now, and so about uh when was that? About early last season, I decided I would give it as a program on SCV chat. And it did pretty good if I remember correctly. I could be remembering completely wrong, but I enjoyed the episode, and I think everybody else said they did. So I hope you did. Why is my logo so blurry? That's no good. That's no good. But I've played it a lot, so hopefully everybody enjoys it one more time. It's as I said, it's something that I kind of came up with. I can't even remember the context. I was on Facebook in the Mississippi Division Facebook group, and I was talking to someone, and a lot of the reasons I ran when I first got the whole reason I ran for brigade, I was just wanting to focus on my camp. I was doing appointed positions in the division. Of course, at the time, I was also aide de camp to our lovely commander in chief, Jason the T Rex Boshears. And I kind of want to just focus on those roles, but there was a lot of needless division at the time, I felt like anyway. And people fighting over the stupidest little things, people fighting because something happened 30 years ago, something that happened before I was even brought into this earth. I've even heard people argue about stuff that happened before my father's birth. And so I was sitting there like, there's so much important things we need to be focusing on. And just in a random comment section, I said SCV first. It kind of caught some fire in the Mississippi Division. A lot of people started saying it. And I thought to myself, there needs to be substance behind that saying. What does SCV first mean? And I kind of started talking to people, and everybody really enjoyed what I was saying. And a couple people asked me to run for councilman, and I said I would only do it if I felt like it was going to be helpful to the brigade, helpful for the Mississippi Division, and overall the Sons of Confederate Veterans. And so I ran simply just to get that saying around. I had no intention of running for 5th Brigade Commander until I asked. And that was kind of more of the same thing. I thought I could do a good job getting the sayings out, telling people or helping people with youth recruitment or social media. If you notice my programs, this weekend will be the first somewhat historical topic I've ever given as a program to a camp. All my programs are about how I feel like how we are slacking in some areas in this organization and how I feel like we can get better. And so that meant a lot to me. So I thought this would be another chance, hence why I ran. And I felt like I've done a decent job. I feel like I already can see areas I need to improve on. I'm definitely not egotistical in that regard. I don't mind being called out. Sometimes it can take me with all the positions I'm in to a long time to do something. So people have called me out on my slowness, but you have to take criticism. The I'm more Confederate than you is, yes, a major curse, and not just our organization, but every heritage organization I've talked to. I've seen it. Um, and it's just sad, and that's kind of what started this whole thing. So that's the only reason I am in an office right now. If it was up to me, I was happy being a camp adjutant. I am thrilled to be my camp's commander. We'll actually talk about a project that was a love child of mine, and my camp helped it come to reality. So I talked about it last episode, my camp's Lee Jackson spiritual night. I've been wanting to do that for years now, and I'm so happy to see it come to fruition. And but I was just happy doing that. I was happy in my appointed positions. I felt like I was doing a good job in those positions, except for awards chairman. If anybody heard me speak I am not a good public speaker. I enjoyed being awards chairman, but apparently my speaking skills were not on par. Trying to talk about these people. Hopefully, I get another crack at that down the road because it was rough. Luckily, I am blessed to have some brothers in this organization that have no fear in telling me stuff I can approve on. Heck, my own father looked at me and was like, you might want to turn that down if you get asked to do this again." But yeah, no, to kind of dive into smidge of it, if you guys want to know what SCV first means, I highly ask you to watch the rerun Saturday, or type in SCV first, SCV chat on YouTube, and you'll find it. But it's about the I'm more Confederate than you curse, the feuds that last forever, and over stupid things like, "Oh, you beat me in this election, so I'm going to derail everything you've ever done and everything you ever will do in this organization because you're not more Confederate than me." And as I said, it's not just an SCV thing. I've seen it all over this organization. Thank you, Ryan. And SCV First is a misleading title because it's not even about the organization itself. It's about, yes, while you're in this role, you need to think about the fact that we are an organization. We are a business. We are a company. What is this company's goals? It is to protect and pass on the traditions of Southern heritage and our Confederate ancestry and make sure they are protected for future generations and honored respectfully. That's why I love seeing new monuments go up, protecting the old ones, cleaning cemeteries, books, movies, videos. Everything this organization does is part of our business model, and we have to adhere to that because it's not about us, it's about them. When I say SEV first, I'm not talking about putting the organization first in your life. I'm a Christian, so God is automatically first. My family's second. I've dedicated my life to my family and helping them. And of course, I've automatically always dedicated my life to the Lord. That's why we're trying to add more of the Lord in the show with the new God themed episodes. But it was talking about when you're in this organization, don't be almighty on yourself. You're doing this for them. The real heroes here are ancestors. And in order to help our ancestors, this organization needs to be treated with respect as well, because this organization was started by the sons of the Confederate veterans for that sole purpose, which was to honor them, their parents, their grandfathers. So yeah, no, it's as I said, it's still a topic I care a lot about. I still love going to speak on SCV first, as I've also added social media and youth involvement into my portfolio to go talk about. I might try to pop up on some other shows because I'm just not in a position to travel outside my division. Sometimes it's rough to travel in my brigade as I've started getting ready for my traveling this weekend. But that's why I did the show episode on it. I still really like that episode. There's some things I wish I could have done better in that episode, conveying the topic. But Yeah, no, past Commander in Chief Chuck and Michael's right. It's about them. It's also about the generations to come. I've always told everybody that asks, "Why are you involved in the SCV at your early age?" This was back when I was 21, 22. I'm almost in my 30s now, so it's kind of expected for me to be involved now. But back then, I told people it's for the two simple reasons. I'm tired of watching our heritage be destroyed and not sitting back and doing what I felt like was the bare minimum. And two, I don't want my kids, I don't want my grandkids to be in a world where they can't be proud of their heritage, they can't be proud of their history. And they just see history washed away because history is so important. My family, I'm a fourth generation SCV member. My grandfather cared about history. My great grandfather cared about history. My father cares about history. I care about history. And specifically, our family has focused on Southern history and the importance of it, of knowing your history, knowing your heritage, knowing who you are and how you fit into this generations of Southerners, generations of Mississippians. Um, my family, Dawes family, has been in Mississippi since the early 1800s. Before that, we were in South Carolina. We've always been Southerners, but it was very important. Yeah, no, there's a lot of people I've noticed they put themselves almost on par with the veterans themselves, and that bothers me. I do think that the SCV's history needs to be honored. I see a lot of people throw away SCV history is not important, but we have a great history as well. We have played into the Southern history. We played our part, but we're not on par with them. Those men laid down their lives. Those men protected their homes. They gave their lives for the Southern land, for the Southern people. And so they are always going to be all the way up here, and we're going to be like right here. But I think it's a balancing act. I think a lot of people are way too much, as you said, brother. 10 out of 10. I'm more Confederate than you. But I don't even think that. And then you have the opposite effect where a lot of people don't really care about SCV history and the new Southern history that we make. And I'm like, it's kind of hard to wash away the Southern history of today because then you're saying that these men who did all that for us to do all this, then why do they do it? They did it for us. But you have to be in this organization for them. You can't be in this organization for you. I've seen a lot of people in this organization. I will never call out names that I still think these are good men. I want to point out that I enjoyed talking with, I enjoy being with, but I've seen a lot of people turn this into an organization about themselves. And it kind of hurts me because my whole thing, this organization gets me to protect my family. Me and my father do a lot of SCV stuff together. It's times that I'm sure down the road I will look very fondly on. I look fondly on them now. I enjoy traveling throughout the Southland with my father for SCV events, whether he's the one to focus on or I am, or if it's neither of us and we're just going to honor Private S.O. Dawes. Um, it's always a great time. And so the SCV has given me that blessing where I get to do something I love and do something I feel like I'm called for, which is protect my history, protect my heritage, and honor my ancestor. I can't make it about me. I'm living my best life. My ancestor, he did something so great that it's affecting my family 160 years later. He has done something that keeps my family together 160 years later. He has done something that really shines through my life as this is my purpose. Like if you look at all the businesses I'm doing and all the stuff I do for work to make a living, It's all to do this because this is why I felt like God put me on this earth, is to honor history and heritage. So I've already gotten the best deal out of this. I don't need to be, I'm more Confederate than you. I'm already getting the best kick out of this. I get to do this every day. Like it's honestly a dream. I pinch myself sometimes. I get to be a historian. I get to be on the front lines defending history because of this organization and because of my ancestor and what he did. I don't need anything else. I don't need to feel, if you're using this organization to feel important, you don't need that. Your ancestor did something for you and he didn't know your name. You are already important to him. I mean, there are plenty of other things you could be doing. So give this your all in the fact that you're doing this for them. Thank you, Charles. My father has worked tirelessly, and I'm so happy to see that he's trying to save camp history, divisions history, and the national organization at large history. It has probably been one of my favorite things going around with him the past almost 4 years as historian in chief to do. I hope that the project continues for years to come. I can understand that sometimes you can get frustrated. It's hard to get history from our organization because we haven't focused on it in so long. So a lot of it's already been lost. But I hope he or someone else continues it. I just think it's a cool thing. I wish I had more time so I could help him. I'm looking forward to trying to find some more free time in the future so I can do stuff like that. But yeah, no, that's kind of what it was all about. And I'm not going to keep here talking about it. I know everybody wants to get to the news. The rerun on SCV First is scheduled for Saturday. But speaking of which, Audrey is back. She is back. I got my Shelby Foote books back. Shelby Foote, one of my heroes in the historian world with how he did everything. And this is actually something that started it all. My Junior Ranger patch. My father took me around to a couple Civil War sites, and that started my interest in this organization. So I found that, and I framed that, and I even have the one of the little pins. I have 3 of them, one from each side. I went to Vicksburg. I went to Bryce's Crossroads, Chickamauga, and I got that patch. It's actually a replica patch because when I was younger, someone threw that away. But yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that, Commander. Yeah, no, I listen to a lot of Shelby Foote stuff. His interviews mostly. The wisdom he gives to the future people of history, the subject of history, historians, is priceless. He gives me a lot of wisdom and guidance because I'm not going to end up being your typical historian. I'm laying the groundwork to be the oddest historian I think anybody's ever seen. When it comes to the career I've chosen, that has honestly nothing to do with the subject of history. It's something I'm good at outside of these subjects. So it's going to be interesting. But then I have a couple other businesses I'm working on that will focus on a new way to tell history. I am still working on my first book. I will still make that book, but I got some other projects that I think will be as interesting as any book I could write in the future. One of the books I'm really focusing on is simply because of my love for this man and what he did for our organization. Dr. McCain. Any information on Dr. McCain, please send it to me instantly. I need all the help I can get, all the resources I can get. I would love that. That might be my only book. That might not be, because of the route I'm taking as a historian. As I said, it's going to be real interesting. I can't wait in a couple of years to share that with y'all. But got to visit some Eastern battlefields in the future. Yes, I do. I've been to a couple, but it's been years since I went to a lot of the battlefields. I get to go to a couple of them a lot. I've been to Shiloh a lot recently, just by luck. Being up in that area, I got to go visit Shiloh a lot, which has been cool. Let's see here. What else? I want to visit Price's Crossroads again. I have not been in years. I got to visit a couple months ago, and I just went and saw a couple monuments. Spent some time there just remembering these men of Mississippi that fought there. And then I had to get back in the vehicle because I had a meeting that night the opposite side of the state. It was a long day. I would love to, Barrett. I need to make plans. As I said, I've ended up accidentally keeping myself too busy with a lot of the stuff I do. So traveling can be difficult. So because I travel so much. So again, I'm looking forward to breathing and being able to relax and go to these events or go to these battlefields just as a lover of history and my heritage in the future. That's not saying I'm getting out of a lot. I'm really not. I'm really only taking a step back from a couple of things that I feel like don't need me anymore. So here's to hoping. But I think we've talked a lot tonight. We've gotten completely off topic as per usual. I wanted to talk about one thing, and I ended up on a 30-minute tangent. That is my fault. But again, it was a topic that still means a lot to me. I love going to camps and talking about SCV first, or talking about the social media stuff, or the youth involvement. That's something that of course I care about, being a younger man. And it kind of just y'all kind of got me all fired up. And then of course it doesn't take much to make me talk about Shelby Foote. I love Shelby Foote. And of course my projects, I'm so excited about them. I can't wait to see some fruits from that labor I've been putting in. As I said, there's some cool stuff coming to the chat this year. But let us take a quick commercial break. And this is the last commercial break where we only have one sponsor. Of course, if you don't know, for $80 a month, you can sponsor SCV Chat. And we've had a lot of people take us up on that. So we will be updating our intro, updating the break with the official start of SCV Chat this upcoming Monday. So I'm really looking forward to it because y'all keep us on the air. For those who don't know, Patreon, for $2.50 a month, you can feed a moose tier. That's just general support. For $10 a month, you become a real chat head, and you get your name at the end of every episode of SCV Chat. And of course, a lot of behind the scenes content. For $30 a month, you get merch that not even me and GCB, the co-owners of SCV Chat, get. And of course, for $8 a month, you can sponsor the show. Like Dr. Chris Cummins, have you fallen off a fence? Have you stabbed your eye with a stick? Has your dog bit your eye? Then it sounds like you need to go check out Dr. Chris Cummins, MD. If you are in the upper Oxford region or just in northern Mississippi in general, go please check out Dr. Chris Cummins. He'll treat you some southern hospitality, make you feel well, and treat you on your way. So make sure to go check out Dr. Chris Cummins, MD, in northern Mississippi. And, of course, make sure to check out scvchat.com, because if you had, you would have realized that we have a promotional going on. Yes, it's true. Get 15% off the South was right in 1861 because America was right in 1776 shirt till July 5th. Get it, use code 250, and you can get 50% off starting today. So go check out our store. You can go check that out on the Support Us tab on SCV Chat. You scroll down, you'll see all the t-shirts. Click on the t-shirt. The South was right in 61. And you can get 15% off starting today until July 5th. I bought mine. I have to buy my own shirts. So I'm very happy I did. I was the first user of the promo code. I'm not going to lie to you. So, yeah, please go check out our promo code. 250 is the promo code and get 15% off today. And without further ado, we will be right back after these quick commercial breaks. And we'll be talking about the news.
There is a place nestled in the rolling farmland of southern Middle Tennessee. A home constructed in 1837, nearly lost to the ravages of war. Saved by a servant and a Confederate general. A place where families loved and lost. If walls could talk, what stories could be told? If a place, a home, can feel love, loss, pain, surely this is one of those places. Nearby is a more recent structure, and inside are the stories of heroes and heroines, stories of battles won and lost, stories of sacrifices made by the people of its native soil. A place that will tell the true and complete story of the Southland and the war fought for its freedom. From the causes that led to the conflict to the modern-day struggles to protect Southern history. Historic Elm Springs and the Confederate Museum at Elm Springs are the general headquarters for the Sons of Confederate Veterans. A place where the story of the Southland and its historic struggle is preserved and told. Come and discover your history.
But please, again, check out scvchat.com where you can get a link to that promo. As soon as you hit the page, it should say at the very top of the SCV Chat website, get 50% off. Click on that, type in promo code 250, and get this wonderful shirt until July 5th. That's when that promo code runs out. I'd like to see a lot of people wearing it at reunion. If you wear it, you can automatically get in Moose Mania. I will come find you. Usually the rules are you have to come find me, but I will come find you. You just message us proof that you got the shirt, and we'll set up a time to get a picture, maybe a group picture of everybody too with their shirts. And of course, make sure to check out SCV Chat on Patreon. Remember all the monthly tiers and your support. Let's make sure we keep doing the show, because I hate to tell y'all, it costs a lot of money to do this show, and a lot of money to do the stuff that we want to do that would really help out, I think, in the cause. We have a lot of great stuff coming this year, of course, and we can only do that on Patreon. And of course, if you have tweaked your knees, dog bit an eye, check out Dr. Chris Cummins in Upper Mississippi. All right. We have time for the news section of the show. So, first bit of news. The Missouri Division SCV and the Missouri Division, our society, the MOSMB, will be hosting their annual reunion March 27th through the 28th in Carthage, Missouri. The theme of this year is Surrender is Not an Option. Save the date! March 27th through the 28th. You can register now at MissouriSCV.org. Don't delay. Register today. And of course, the ATM Field Day on April 18th, Saturday, 2026. This year's event, they will be returning to Mansfield Battle Park in Mansfield, Louisiana. This year's program will focus on the role of troops from Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, as well as troops in the Red River campaign. So make sure to plan a day celebrating our honorable history and heritage. There will be speakers, food, fellowship, games, and music. So save the date, and we'll see you April 18th. Of course, the Tennessee Division reunion is April 17th through the 18th in Morristown Landing, Tennessee. So make sure that you are there. Register $65 a person until March 1st. Then it becomes $75 per person March 1st through March 15th. Registration ends March 15th at midnight due to catering and capacity needs. There will be no on-site registration. Our late registration will be accepted. Must be postmarked by March 15th. Of course, the Longstreet Zollicoffer Camp 87 will be hosting their 32nd annual Stonewall Jackson and Robert E. Lee birthday celebration February 7th. Doors will open at 5 p.m. for a social hour. Buffet is served at 6 p.m. It is in Knoxville, Tennessee. It is $45 a person, $20 for children, 12 and under. Period dress or business attire is expected. The guest speaker will be Commander-in-Chief of the Sons of Confederate Veterans, Walter D. Donnie Kennedy. All right. And let's see here. Also coming up is Lieutenant Colonel Jesse Anderson Forrest headstone dedication March 28th at 12 p.m. at Elmwood Cemetery, Memphis, Tennessee. I hope to see you there because I know I will be. There was a lot of work by some people in the Tennessee Division and the Mississippi Division on this project. The Confederate Cleaner is one of them. He is doing some great work here in Mississippi, and I cannot wait to see this event take place. Next up is members of Lieutenant General Richard Taylor Camp 1308 of Shreveport, Louisiana, attending the Lee Jackson banquet hosted by the Shreveport chapter of the UDC, the United Daughters of the Confederacy, Chapter 237. A good time was had by all. Next up is going to take us to the great state of Virginia as the Turner Asby Camp 1567, the Page Grays, the 33rd Virginia Infantry, and the Valley Guards 10th Virginia Infantry took part in the annual Lee Jackson Day ceremony and parade this past Saturday in Lexington, Virginia. Of course, I know our Lieutenant Commander-in-Chief Tony Griffin was there, and our Executive Director Adam Southern. Here is a couple pictures from this event. Let me move this real quick and go back. As always, I dream about that Lee Jackson event. I cannot wait to get there one day and celebrate with y'all. And next up, it's actually going to take us to, on the Knoxville Lee Jackson Day event. Please email TennesseeConfederate@gmail.com for more information. Let's see. And our next bit of news takes us to the Arkansas Division as they celebrate David O'Donnell Memorial Service. Of course, it looks like a great event, and a random army of Trans-Mississippi Councilman Chuck McMichael appeared. Look at that. He looks so serious and warm in his jacket and happy. I know he's watching, and that's why I'm bullying him. Yes, this is a great hat, GCB. This is coming soon, the official SCV chat hat with our logo, reclaiming the narrative 1 week at a time. And you can help us reclaim the narrative 1 week at a time on Patreon. Our next bit of news is going to take us to Memphis, as the Memphis camp, the Nathan Bedford Forest camp, had their annual Lee Jackson and Charmers banquet. It was a great event. They had a great time. And of course, they wanted me to point out that their guest speaker was Charles Lee Ray. And our next bit of news takes us to Kentucky. We are flying through this tonight. You were very pleased to be there. I'm happy you were, Commander. You look like you were having a great time. Of course, I always like to poke fun at past Commander-in-Chief and Michael. We're family. So it's always my pleasure. But I'm glad you had a great time. It looked like a very great event. I'm asking everybody, give me a title to work with and give me some little facts about the event. Gives me something to talk about. Of course, let's see here. Now we go to Kentucky. Wrong one. As Division Commander Thompson and Lieutenant Commander spoke at the E.F. Arthur Camp, Lee Jackson, Kentucky Division Commander Thompson wanted me to point out that the winged eagle belt was not on the line, even though it is in pictured. If it is ever on the line, I want it. I want it. It's one of my favorite belt designs. I'll pin you for it. Moose Mania. 1, 2, 3. I'll hit you with the leg drop, and that will be all she wrote. I used to be able to do the tombstone. I used to be able to pick people up for that. I don't know if I could do that anymore, though, without breaking someone's neck. But I do have a pretty good spear as well. My problem is you'll feel it. It's going to hurt like a tank because I've also put on some weight. I've gained my weight back over the Christmas break, sadly. I'm not going to say where I'm back up to, but it's not pretty. And, of course, the Kentucky Division wanted me to put this here, and I couldn't agree more. HK, of course, passed away, and here is Kentucky Division Commander Thompson and Camp Commander Wayne Tate of Camp 276 and their friend HK at the Covington, Tennessee event a few years back. So I wanted to put that there for a bit and remember him. And, of course, know your role, Jabroni. Now, look, I know not everybody's a wrestling fan. I love wrestling. It's also a thing that was very popular in the South, so it's part of our heritage, I believe. There's going to be people that fight me on that. And if that's probably cost me any election, which, look at me, I'm tired. I really don't want to win. You can hear me at every time I'm running for office say, don't vote for me. That's been in the minutes for 2 elections of mine now. I've wondered if that's ever happened to a candidate before where he's like, I'm happy to serve. I'm happy to do it. But if y'all don't want me. There was actually, when I was elected to chairman of the board of trustees at Beauvoir, I actually told everybody, I was like, do not vote for me. I actually voted against myself getting that position. Fun fact for you. It's in the minutes somewhere. It's because everybody ganged up on me. Everybody just said I was going to do it. And I was like, I technically haven't agreed. And they're like, oh, you don't have to. And I witnessed my first SCV vote, I like to call it. where, if you don't know, a kind of fun tradition in the SCV is sometimes if you miss a camp meeting, you'll find yourself with a volunteer position as a head of a committee or something like that. But I've noticed it also happens in elections and officer roles, where I was late to this meeting, this Beauvoir meeting, because I didn't realize where I was staying. I was 20 minutes away, didn't really click. And so I ran late, and they nominated me as chairman, and I voted against myself when I got there. Yes, there is a difference between wrestling and wrestling. I love me some wrestling. I don't really watch it anymore with how busy I am. And of course, the Monday show falls on when their show is usually. But I do enjoy seeing some good Southern boys in there. And seeing that some Southern traditions are still in there. They're going away from it. It's becoming Yankeefied like everything, sadly. But I try to enjoy what I can. But we have a very cool and interesting history. I just love talking about it. I can talk as I can wait and put off this last bit of news because it's my camp's news as long as I want. So we're going to go ahead and jump into that as we wrap up tonight's show. The Samuel H. Poe Camp number 255 held its inaugural Lee Jackson Spiritual Night. We praised the Lord in song and through a wonderful message. The camp wanted to give a big thanks to Camp Adjutant Larry Dale Tyner for providing the music and Chaplain Tracy for the message, and for the wonderful members of the Camp 255 who helped make this dream of their camp commanders possible and a success. We're looking forward to making this a yearly tradition and hope to see everybody at the second annual Lee Jackson Spiritual Night in 2027. So we talked about that last episode, but I did. I forgot to send in pictures, so I wanted to bring in pictures. Yeah, wrestling is a part of Southern culture. If you look at a lot of the early wrestling, you see a lot of battle flags. You see a lot of Southern pride. You see a lot of people that we are generally tough guys who could win a fight. Harley Race, the Freebirds, Ric Flair. You got to see a lot of Southern tradition that way. And it was just everywhere. No one had a problem with it. They would sell out arenas with battle flags and stuff. But like everything, they try to Yankee fight and they ruin it. I've never understood the Yankee will of trying to grab something popular and ruin it. But you know, some of my favorite moments are from those old school wrestling. Even Stone Cold wore a battle flag on his shirt one year. So, most popular wrestler ever. Proud to be a Southerner. I do like that some of the newer promotions. There's a wrestling promotion, close to Waynesboro in Jones County, and they care about Southern pride too. You'll see a battle flag every now and then. I like supporting them. Big Boss Man had a battle flag on his T-shirt. I loved this Big Boss Man. He always made me laugh and made me enjoy the product. And like any product that's entertainment, even our product, it's about entertainment. It's about being able to sit back and enjoy yourself. And, you know, that's one thing we do here on SCV Chat better than anywhere else. You could find a whole lot of history content out there. You can find very little Southern history content, but there's only really one for a long time. Now these other shows have popped up that I think really are helping us out and we hope we help them out. That our goal is not just to educate you, but to entertain you. We want this show to be a part of your regular life. Every Thursday and Monday, you pop in, see our shows. We hope to have a show every day of the week. We hope to have multiple shows a day. We hope to entertain you and educate you. That's the whole purpose. We wanted to make this fun for the family, for everybody to sit back and watch. We produce this as an actual television show. We don't produce it just as a history show. There's times for that. We're hoping to branch out into projects that would be more professional and history based. With that we do. We've talked about it on the show before. But at the same time, we don't want to lose ourselves. Me and GCB are two people that love telling stories, that love talking about our history, and we love to make it entertaining. I have always loved being a part of the mascots. When I was in high school, I helped out with my mascot, JJ the Jaguar. And of course, when I was at Ole Miss, I was Colonel Red. I loved the entertainment value of that part of history. I just loved it. I loved making people smile like that. And I've tried to add that to here. The talking and everything that goes into the show, the humor. I've fallen out of my chair more times than I could count. This this just makes me smile every time I see it. But we also have episodes where we're in suit and ties, and that's the balance we're trying to hit. We've talked about and we've promoted our other page, Stars and Bars Studios. That is a more serious take. But if you come in on SCV Chat, I've always used the term Southern Entertainment because we are trying to teach you about the South and we're trying to entertain you in the process. And I hope we've done that tonight as we've talked and had a good time. Has talked about just a bunch of stuff that meant a lot to me. Talked about wrestling, talked about SCV news, and last episode we even talked about some UDC news. So I'm happy to start getting more news from other heritage organizations in. I'm happy to just sit back and enjoy this time with y'all. And, of course, make sure to tune in Monday at 7 p.m. Confederate Standard Time for your start of Season 7 of SCV Chat. So make sure to tune into that. Share this episode out. I need help. I can't reach, we reached 1.8 million people this year, almost 2 million people. We want to easily break that record this year. We have our eyes set on past 2 million people have watched these shows this year. So make sure to share the episode out and help us out. Join our Patreon and help us out because we desperately need the funding. It takes a lot to run this software. It takes a lot of money to run it all. So make sure to check that out. And make sure to send your pictures, short videos, and write-ups to scyouthoutreach@gmail.com. And you'll be featured on the upcoming episode of Look Around the Confederation. I want to thank everybody for watching. You guys always make this fun, a blast. No matter how many years have passed, no matter how long these shows are, no matter just how, and this is something that I don't think we've talked about a lot, how tiring it is to do this show every week. Oh, I'm sorry. I did not know that. scvyouthOutreach@gmail.com. If you're having a hard time, you can always reach out to us on our website, scvchat.com. There is a little bot that pops up, and you can send that in, and we'll figure out how to get the news to us if you're having convocations. We always accept news only on email. That helps me out in producing the show because it takes about an hour to get the show ready. So that just helps me out not miss anything because if anybody's talked to me, you know that I'm scatterbrained. If I could show you my desk of SCV work right now, you would be horrified. But if you're having any problems over there, we're happy to help. We want to make sure everybody gets their news in. So I did not know that. If y'all need any help over there, always happy to help out our friends at Market Hall. Y'all do some great work. We love y'all. Keep it up. Love our sisters in the UDC. Always love seeing our two organizations work together. It really warms my heart. So yeah, please, if y'all are having any trouble at all, and I'm not just talking to the lovely women at Market Hall right now. Please reach out. You can message us on Facebook, on Instagram. Of course, our email, scyouthoutreach@gmail.com. I'll put that back up on the screen while I'm talking about it. scvchat.com. You could message me on Facebook. Please message my SCV Facebook, Harrison SCV. I'm on Instagram as well as SCV_HD. I might update that soon because I like my middle initial being put on stuff now, so hopefully that helps. I'm always happy to help. So never think, none of y'all think you're bothering us. This is what we do. This is what this show is specific for, is talk about the news and talk about the great stuff in Confederate heritage. So, yeah, no, I hope that helps. If anybody needs anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. This is what we do. All right. Well, thank y'all for all watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know down below if you need anything. And remember, my friends, to stay Southern. Good night, everybody. Thank you to our Patreons, name scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And we will see y'all Monday for the Season 7 premiere of SCV Chat, 7 p.m. Confederate Standard Time. And remember, we're having a rerun Saturday at 7 p.m., same time, Confederate Standard Time, on SCV First. I've been seeing my picture float back around there, so hopefully y'all can get something out of that episode. It's not just for the SCV. It's more of a philosophy than about the organization itself. It's about how we handle ourselves in an era where I've seen a lot of people talk about I'm more Confederate than you. So it's all about that stuff. So make sure to check that out. And hopefully I think it can help everybody's organization. And we can improve. We can help save Confederate heritage. And we can continue to improve because there's always room for improvement on all sides. So I hope everybody has a good night. And one last time, I promise you this is in the show. Stay Southern, my friends. Good night, everybody.